Hello, Rosebuds. I have come out here to my craft room to have a little quiet time, but I thought I would take a few moments to share with you some ideas about achieving that 18 new names goal. So, years ago, our MO was that we would hand our card to everybody that we're talking to. Every lady, we would hand her our card. And then I got out of the habit of that. And I remember a long time ago, Vanessa was here and we were doing some shopping, and she said, "Mom, why didn't you give her your card?" Well, I had gotten out of the habit. So, complacency is like that coasting car, because eventually that car will die. So I gave you the challenge to get 18 new names this month, and I said, okay, I'm going to accept that challenge myself. And I began working on my challenge on Wednesday of this week. I was home Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday we had to go into San Antonio, and I went to the blood bank and I gave blood, and I said, by the way, I want to give you my card. I'm with Mary Kay. Have you tried Mary Kay recently? And most of the time, in fact, every card that I've gotten this week, every name, the answer is no. So, and I said, so I'm giving my card to every pretty lady. I would love for you to fill out this information so I can put you on my mailing list. And everybody did. So I got Lauren at the blood bank, and I got Kimoy at the blood bank, and she's interested in the opportunity. And I got Gloria at the blood bank. And Gloria said, "Oh my goodness, that's why you look so wonderful. You just look great because you use Mary Kay. I know Mary Kay is a great product. Can I go to your website?" So, I mean, what if I hadn't mentioned it to her? So, and then we had lunch at one of my favorite restaurants in San Antonio, the Alamo Cafe, and I got the name and contact information of the lady that waited on us. And then I found a card that I had written the lady's name and phone number on the back of a card and kept it. And it was a lady that worked at the fabric store that I frequent, Joann's. And so I sent her a text, actually sent her a picture of the coat that I had made from the material that she helped me find. And she responded, she loved the coat, and yes, she'll think about Mary Kay. So that's 5 names: Lauren, Kimoy, Ashley, Gloria, and Trish. Well, I had gotten Trish's name earlier, but I added her to my list on Wednesday because I hadn't reached out to her. Okay, so that's 5 Wednesday. So Thursday, we had to go, my husband had cataract surgery yesterday, so we went to the eye clinic, and there were 2 girls working as receptionists, and so I gave my card to each of them, and the one had on beautiful eye makeup, and she acted disinterested, but she filled out everything on the card. And the card, I didn't bring one with me, but the card is the second half of what we used to order the tent cards. So it's the size of your business card, but it has a place for her name, all of her contact information, including email, and it also has a place for her to check what she's interested in. Some of these ladies checked several of the boxes, and almost every one of them checked that they were interested in a complimentary facial. Hello, what if I hadn't reached out to them? So this one girl, Stephanie, she didn't act really interested, but she gave me all of her information, so I'm going to follow up. Then there was Natalia, who said, "Oh my goodness, this sort of thing just makes my day. Yes, I'd love to try Mary Kay." And she filled out all the information, and she checked every box except the opportunity. Well, I have news for her. I'm going to share the opportunity with her because I watched the way she interacted with the customers, and most of the clients that came in were elderly, and she was so patient. So, and I told her so, and she appreciated that compliment. Okay, so that brings us to today. Took my husband back to the eye clinic for the follow-up, and I didn't find the opportunity to speak to any of the ladies because I don't want to interrupt when they're busy working with the customers, clients. But when we left, we stopped by the feed store, and there's a lady that works there who doesn't wear any makeup, and she looks like she doesn't use any skincare, but she knows me, and she knows that I'm with Mary Kay, and I have not approached her before. Shame on me. So I said, "Elizabeth, you know that I'm with Mary Kay?" She said, "Yes." I said, "Okay, I would like to introduce you to the product. If you would give me your contact information, then I will get in touch with you." And I try to remember to say, if I text you, will you text me back? And they always say, oh, yes. So that kind of puts the burden back on them, or the responsibility or the guilt back on them to be sure to respond when you hear from me. She didn't. And then I looked at the card, and here's an important thing. When somebody fills out information, be sure to read it so that you know that you can discern what she's written. So she had not written down her address. And I said, Elizabeth, I can't mail you a lookbook if I don't have your address. So she put down her address. And then we have some men working, doing some repair work on our house. And one of them is the husband of a lady in my Sunday school class who is the customer of a consultant of mine. But the other fellow is not from my Sunday school class, and his wife's name is Leanne. So I asked him, he said, you know, she used to use Mary Kay, and since we've moved back here, I don't think she's using it. So he gave me her number, and I texted her just a few minutes ago. And she said, yes, I used to use Mary Kay, but now I can't afford it. So instead of just letting it go at that, I texted her back, and I said, I understand if you say no, but would you mind if I put you on my mailing list so I could have a lookbook mailed to you? And she said, oh, I would love that. And she gave me her address. Okay, that's 10 names that I've gotten in 3 days, and it's because I made up my mind to do it. And nobody said I'm not interested. Nobody failed to fill out the information. So I do not expect all 10 of these to become customers, but I do expect some of them to, and I'm hoping that 1 or 2 will become a consultant. In fact, Leanne, her husband had said to me that she's kind of bored and doesn't have anything to do since she's home and retired from the military. So I am going to gently bring that subject up. Of course, she's got to be using the product. So that is my challenge to you. Just go find some names. Be brave. Make believe you're brave. The trick will take you far. You're only just as brave as you make believe you are, and you will find success.